Hi, welcome back. My name is Ashish Bhatia and I would like to start by saying a big thank you to everyone who watched my previous videos. I was overwhelmed with the phenomenal response I got from all of y'all who saw the video. And for those who quite didn't like it, I'm really sorry. I'll try my best to meet your expectations. Right, so let's start off. Are you all excited as to what's going to happen today? Well, I am. Let's go. Right, what do we have here? Today I'm going to cook a dish called Salmon Dakshini. And why Dakshini? Because the flavors are more influenced from the southern part of India. So there's a lot of flavor happening from the southern part of India. Why I came up with salmon is because I believe that there are a lot of offcuts that chefs use in the kitchen. For example, when you cut a piece of chicken, or you cut a piece of lamb, or you cut a piece of fish for your restaurant, you have to cut it to a particular size or a shape. And then what happens, there is usually a little bit of wastage when we try to get that exact shape for that particular dish. Right? Now those are called offcuts. And I always believe that if anything is edible, you can just create miracle with it. Right? So a long time ago when I was actually prepping my fish and I was trying to get those exact cuts for the fish, there was a lot of wastage on that, and I keep on wondering what I could actually do with that, and I did come up with something really amazing, and I'm sure you're going to love it. So let's start with Salmon Dakshini, and these are the ingredients that we have. Again, very simple and very easily for you all to source, as I always say. Right, so let's start from here. We've got salmon, fresh salmon here, which I've diced up. We've got some gram flour, right? There's some toasted sesame seeds, black and white. We've got some mustard seeds. We've got an egg. These are some spices here that I'm going to use. We've got coriander powder. We've got salt. We've got red chili powder. This is the mild one. We've got turmeric powder. We've got the cumin powder here. Then we've got some diced up red pepper here, some diced up green pepper, red onions, cherry tomatoes I've cut into halves. Now this is a very interesting ingredient. These are actually called kaffir lime leaves. Now they are really strong, so we need to use them very sparingly. However, if you can't source them, you could easily substitute them with either lime or lemon juice, or you could use the zest of a lime or a lemon. But I always prefer to use these because they've got a beautiful scent that they impart once they are cooked. Then we have some coriander, fresh coriander leaves here. We've got some curry leaves, and then finally we've got some lemon wedges. Right, so let's start. What I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to make a slight batter in which I'm going to coat the salmon. And once I do that, I'm going to fry these off, and then in the meantime I'll prepare a small tempering. So I'll take you through. First, let's start with the batter. So I'm going to take this gram flour first here. Here we go. Right, so we'll put some gram flour in. That should be enough. Right, I'll leave that here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to break an egg into it. Now the egg is usually to bind the fish with the batter, so the batter does not leave the fish when it's frying. Right, so I'm going to break an egg here. There we go. There goes my egg. Beautiful. Right, now we're going to add some spices. Now, I would like to tell you something really interesting. There's a very big misconception with spices when it comes to Indian food. Now, usually people think that Indian food is supposed to be spicy, a lot of spices happening there. That's not the case. Spices usually just complement the dish and not overpower the dish. You'll need to remember that these spices are really powerful. So you have to use them sparingly, keeping in mind the flavor of the actual ingredient that's in the dish. Say for example salmon. It's a very delicate fish, so I don't want to overpower that with adding too much spices. So once you see here, I'll be using these spices very sparingly. To start off with, let me first put a little bit of seasoning there. So I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt there. Right. A little bit of coriander powder. Right, that's half a teaspoon in there. chili powder. Now this is the mild chili powder, and we call it the Kashmiri chili powder. It's not spicy, but it's usually just for the color. So again, a quarter of a teaspoon there. Turmeric powder, half a teaspoon as well. A little bit of cumin powder. There you go. Right. Now that's done. Right. Now I'm going to add a little bit of water, just a touch, to make a slight batter there. Right. Okay. There you go. I'm just going to work this around very nicely. Once you work this around, you'll know how much water to put in. Don't put too much water initially. It's going to be, you might end up with a very loose batter, and that's what you don't need, right? So that's it, just a little bit more, and just work way around very nicely. Use your fingers. That's it. They work like a whisk usually. All right. Just go in that circular motion there. That's done. Look. Now the batter's coming together. Look at the color. All right. I'm just going to. Yes. That's it. Now what you need to do is, you see there's some lumps here. What we need is, we need a really smooth batter here. So you might have to massage, work it a little bit properly. Yeah, that's it. Now you see it's all coming together. You're getting rid of the lumps slowly. Right. That's it. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to add the fish to the batter. Now that batter is perfectly done. Absolutely perfect. No lumps anymore. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Now I'm going to add the salmon. Alright. Here it goes. Coat the salmon. Alright. That's it. You coat the salmon evenly with the batter, so each and every piece is coated. Alright, here we go. That is gorgeous. That looks amazing. Simply stunning. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is, now we're going to fry it. Oh. Right. Now this is, again, I prefer to use very traditional equipments in my kitchen. So you won't find the modern fryer. However, I'm quite comfortable with this. It does the job. Alright. So now I'm going to just throw in the pieces. What I'm going to do is remove this ladle from there, just to make it easier. Keep it in here. And that's it. Here goes the fish. Here we go. That's all done. Just able to wipe my hands. Right, so that's it. Now what we're going to do is, we will let the fish fry in there. Alright. For say around you need to stir, because sometimes the pieces, they stick together, so you need to just basically loosen them out. Now in the meanwhile the fish is frying, what I'll do is I'll prepare a slight tempering for this fish. Alright. Now for the tempering, what I need is basically, I need some oil. Now this is just normal vegetable cooking oil, around 3 tablespoons of oil. Here we go. I'm going to just slightly put the gas, and I'm just slightly keep going to turn these around to make sure that they are evenly cooked from inside. Alright. Now the fish is not going to take too long to cook. Alright. And you need to remember that the fish is going to be cooked slightly on the pan as well. It will keep cooking with the heat of the pan. Yeah? There we go. Right. Now we're going to heat up the oil. The oil has to be nice and hot. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, the first step is to add mustard seeds, right? There you go. Just a little bit. That's it. Now we need to remember, whenever you add mustard seeds to the oil, you must wait till they crackle. Once they start crackling, you know they're done. Right? They are getting there. Alright, just turn this around once again. Alright. The mustard seeds have started crackling. The next bit is going to be the curry leaves. Now you need to be really careful when you put the curry leaves because they're going to splash. So just keep your face a bit away from the pan, right? There we go. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? The curry leaves are cracked. Now I'm going to add a little bit of the vegetables in it. Now the vegetables which I showed you before. So to start off with, I'll add a little bit of onions, a little bit of green pepper, a little bit of the red, cherry tomatoes, the lime leaves, just a little bit because as I said they are really strong, so you need to be really careful with the lime leaves. Right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more of the spices, not too much, a little bit of salt, just to bring the flavor out. That's it. A little bit of the chili powder, just to bring the color again, as I said. Now you need to remember this is not hot, so if you want for it to be a little more hot, you need to add green chilies, but I'm not adding the green chilies at the moment. A little bit of turmeric, that's it. Alright, now I'm going to stir this around. This is going to quickly, wow, that is almost getting there, the fish. Now in the meantime, this is going to be ready. Now it's going to roll this around. Beautiful, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Alright? Absolutely stunning. Such beautiful flavors happening out there. Now I'm not going to cook it too much, you just need to sweat it because you need to have the crunch of the vegetables. You know, any good dish, you need to remember that the balance is very important. The fish is going to be soft, so you need the crunch of the vegetables there. That's why I added the peppers. Right. It's time now. I'm going to add the fish to it now. Right. The fish is almost done as well. Add the fish. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. Right. Here we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to toss it a little bit. Right. I'm just going to toss it, and you know there are some of the pieces that stuck. I'm just going to get that. Yeah. Good. All you need to do is coat it. That's it. We don't need to cook it for too long. We just need to coat it around the fish. That's it. Awesome, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Look at the color happening there. Now just to finish this off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of coriander, fresh coriander. Alright. Here we go. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That's it. Your dish is done. I'll switch off the gas there. Right. And now you're going to start plating the dish. Right. So let's make some space. Here we go. We will spoon the dish slowly onto my plate. There we go. Look at the colors. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, it's beautiful. Add a little spoon, a little bit of pepper there. Green peppers. Fish there. Right. Now, here we go. We've got all the flavors happening there. Now this is a perfect dish if you need to go, if you have guests coming around, you know, with a quick drink. It goes pretty well. it goes absolutely pretty well with all the dishes. Right, here we have. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to plate it up and garnish the dish a little bit. Just one sec. Right, the plate looks nice and clean. Right, now what we're going to do is we're going to add nice lemon wedge around here. Yeah. Wedge there. Right. I'm very particular when it comes to presentation. I need to make sure everything is clean, tidy. The plate looks amazing. Alright, that's it. And final touch is a little bit of coriander on top. There we go. There we go. And here we are. Salmon Dakshini for you. Please let me know how did you like this recipe. Try it at home. I'm sure it's going to work amazing. Everyone's going to love this dish. And if you like my dish, if you love the dish, please go on the comment section, leave your comments, like the video, and I'll come back with more next time. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice evening. Bye bye.